I have to take a step back. I have to correct something I previously said. In the past, I have been talking about Democrat Josh Shapiro. Josh Shapiro is the guy running for governor in Pennsylvania. Josh Shapiro is running against Doug Mastriano. And in the past, I have been saying about Josh Shapiro, not as a pejorative, but I've just been saying Shapiro is a completely uncontroversial, milquetoast, boring Democrat. And I've been saying that in a positive sense. And what I mean by that is the options for Pennsylvania governor are extremist, January 6th attending, big lie repeating, right-wing ideologue Doug Mastriano, who will steal Pennsylvania's electoral votes in 2024 if he gets the opportunity. That's one choice. And the other side is a completely boring, uncontroversial milquetoast Josh Shapiro, who is just going to be very under the radar and run the state of Pennsylvania in a completely normal, boring, uncontroversial way. And I was saying it as the choice should be obvious. We need Josh Shapiro. Josh Shapiro over the weekend appeared with Barack Obama and delivered an absolutely fantastic speech, Obama-level speech, went completely viral, millions and millions of views. And I was wrong. I don't think there's anything milquetoast about Josh Shapiro. He actually seems like a fantastic candidate.
That's not how we do things in this Commonwealth or in this country. And that is not freedom. You know, this guy loves to talk a good game about freedom, right? Let me tell you something. It's not freedom to tell women what they're allowed to do with their bodies. That's not freedom. It's not freedom to tell our children what books they're allowed to read. It's not freedom when he gets to decide who you're allowed to marry. I say love is love. It's not freedom to say you can work a 40-hour work week, but you can't be a member of a union. That's not freedom. And it sure as hell isn't freedom to say you can go vote, but he gets to pick the winner. That's not freedom.
Critical issue.
That's not freedom. But you know what? You know what we're for? We're for real freedom. And let me tell you what real freedom is. Real freedom is when you see that young child in North Philly and you see the potential in her, so you invest in her public school. That's real freedom. That's real freedom. Real freedom comes when we invest in that young child's neighborhood to make sure it's safe so she gets to her 18th birthday. That's real freedom.
Yeah, I have to tell you, super impressed with Josh Shapiro over the weekend. Here's one more clip of Josh Shapiro talking about his opponent.
This is a guy who doesn't respect women here in Pennsylvania. In fact, if you don't think like Doug Mastriano, if you don't look like him, if you don't vote like him, if you don't worship like him, if you don't marry like him, you don't count in his Pennsylvania. You know how I know that? Because I know where he was on January the 6th.
Right.
He went there that day. Understand. He went there that day not to hear a speech or protest. He went there that day to stop your vote from being counted.
Josh Shapiro is really good. I actually, I was feeling like we just need to dodge a bullet by preventing Doug Mastriano from becoming the governor of Pennsylvania, and we do. But the more I learn about Josh Shapiro and the more I read about his policy platform and ideas, I think he will be a fantastic governor of Pennsylvania. He should win. It is not close right now in the polling, but everybody should vote. A former President Barack Obama also very clearly explaining the stakes.
The only way to make this economy fair, the only way to make our democracy stronger is if we fight for it. You can't take it for granted. And that starts with electing people who know you, who see you, who care about you. who can walk in your shoes and see through your eyes and know what it's like to struggle, know what it's like to get sick, know what it's like to have to pay off student loans, know what it's like when things aren't just handed to you, but you got to work for them. That's what you did 2 years ago when you sent Joe Biden to the White House. He knows you. He's been there. He's fighting for you every day, doing everything he can to put more money in your pocket, to make streets safer, to bring more good-paying jobs here to Pennsylvania.
So listen, later you'll hear the types of things that were being said at the Trump rallies over the weekend. But this is not an election about whose policy do I agree with slightly more, okay? This is fundamentally about which candidate agrees that the winner should actually get to do the job. And there are a lot of these people running who are perfectly fine, even if their opponent gets more votes, saying, I should still be the governor. I should still be the senator, even though I didn't get more votes. And that's extraordinarily scary. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment on YouTube. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button at youtube.com/The David Pakman Show. Before you go, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can click the subscribe button below or above or wherever it is on your screen. And if you want to support my work even more strongly, the best way is to get a membership at joinpakman.com and subscribe to the podcast for The David Pakman Show. There you can check out interviews, longer clips, and much more. It's on all the big podcasting platforms. Just search for The David Pakman Show, and all the links are also down below in the video description.